Yes, guys. I don't know what happened there. Can everyone hear me okay? My computer just completely and utterly froze. Is everyone all right? Everyone here? Let me know if you can hear and see me, guys. I have no idea what just happened. My computer completely froze on the everyone there? Hello? Can anyone hear and see me? Yeah, you can't hear or see me. Hang on, guys. What is going on here? Yeah, all good. Yeah, we're in the hood. Yeah. I don't know what happened. My computer, big up, guys. My computer just completely froze on the intro. I have no idea what happened. But yeah, we I think we're good. We're here, which is awesome. Right, let's get rid of that. Fuck knows what happened there. That is the worst way to start a video. I have no idea what happened. Big up to everyone. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Yeah, big up to everyone. I hope you're all doing great today. I thought I'd do a call-in show. And everyone's got their grievances this summer already. Some people don't even like me anymore and want to have a go at me. So if I say you fancy it today, here's your chance. I'll be putting a link in the chat in a bit. And you guys can call in. You guys can call in and have your say. Obviously, Slot has just had his presser. I don't think it was live. I know it weren't on the Liverpool channel. It weren't on any other channel I could find. But yeah, if it was live, I'd bloody play it. But apparently, it wasn't live. So if anyone saw it, big up to you. If you did, let me know where you saw it so I can find it. But yeah, some things coming out of that Arne Slot interview, press conference. Let's just talk about the major thing, the transfers. Yeah, that's all anyone cares about. Let's face it. So Arne Slot said on transfers, the first aim is to work with these players. The disadvantage is that many of them aren't here yet. The positive is that it gives me time to have a good look at the youngsters. Of course, Richard and I are trying to improve the squad where possible. So, that's just comments. I haven't seen no video. I don't know if there is any videos or there's going to be anything up of the Slot press conference because sometimes it's quite difficult to take things from a quote and not actually see the person saying it. It can sound a bit different and come across a little bit differently in quotes. But I'm going to take this from the quote, and this is what I'm going to say. You guys can agree with me or disagree with me all you want. I actually believe Arne Slot is slowing down the transfers process because he wants to look at players. Now, that's what I get from that quote. That's what I get from that quote. Now, I believe Liverpool want to do transfer business a little earlier, but Arne Slot is very interested in looking at players he's got available right now, which is why Richard Hughes said a couple of weeks ago that we'll be doing business in August. Now, if that is the reason, I'm fine with it as long as we buy people in August. But that is all I'm going to take from that quote because obviously the video's not up yet and I can't find any video of this press conference. It's just quotes coming out of it. It's so jarring. There's nothing up. But I'm going to just take it from quotes. I'm going to take it as quotes. If it's on Sky Sports, I can't show it obviously on Sky Sports because, yeah, Sky Sports will just ban the whole video. Let me go on Sky's YouTube page and see if it's on there. If it's on their YouTube page, it might be all right. But if it's on Sky at the moment, obviously I can't play it on the video on here. because they're just Bannics, are bastards. But yeah, I'll keep reading the quotes out, guys. I'll keep reading the quotes out. But in my interpretation of it, with Richard Hughes saying we will buy players in August. We're looking at August to do transfer dealings, and Richard Hughes is apparent quotes coming out now saying Richard Hughes is working really hard behind the scenes to try and get players. Slot wanting to look at players. It tells me they had a joint thing together where Arne his team first because it's the first big club he's ever managed, and when they're ready, you tell Richard Hughes what players he wants, and they'll go and get. That's why I keep saying if Jurgenklopp was still our manager, Liverpool would have bought players already because he knows the team. That's my feelings on it anyway, which I'm not too bothered about. If that is the case, guys, if that is the case, and Liverpool have decided, to let Richard Hughes have the time, let Arne Slot have the time to assess his team and what he feels he needs, then I'm good with it. As long as they buy players in August. If they're saying they're going to buy players in August, then buy players in August. If that's what you're telling the world, then do it. Then I haven't got a problem. No good players to be left in August to sign that they can afford. It is the difference. I believe Liverpool are looking at players that we don't know. We keep getting linked to players that Liverpool are not linked with just because that's the way it is. Agents talk. But there's probably players there Liverpool are already looking at that haven't gone anywhere yet and no one else is looking at them. That's the way Liverpool always work, man. It's the way Liverpool always work. So I'm not too fussed at this moment in time. What I'm hearing from the club, pretty much what they're telling us and what they're saying goes hand in hand. Arne Slot wants to look at the team. Arne Slot wants to look at the players. Richard Hughes said he'll buy players in August. Works out. As long as you buy players in August, it's all good. All right, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys to call in and have your say on this whole Liverpool matter. It's your show, your say. All I ask as a Beanie Man Sports have released the interview already. I'll go in there. Big up. Beanie Man Sports. It's on here, is it? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, okay. I've got it. Right, before we before what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take my link away 1 second, guys, and we can watch it together. Then let's watch it together. Now we've got the link, we can watch it together. Let's do that. Yeah, let's watch this together, shall we? Let's watch this together.
Time at the AXA was already really pleasant because we have such great facilities over there. But I can say the same about the facilities over here. The temperature is a bit different though, but it's nice as well. Although yesterday it started raining in the afternoon, but so it felt a bit familiar. But facilities have been good and working with the team as well.
Obviously, Mo Salah is out here. How important is it for him to get a full pre-season for the first time in like a while?
I think it's important for every player to have a full pre-season, but unfortunately, that's almost impossible for most of the players in these current times where we play so many Euros and other kind of tournaments. So, but I think in an ideal situation, every player wants to have a proper pre-season, and fortunately, Mo has one. Unfortunately, many others don't have it, but it's the way it is these days.
Obviously, coming into this sort of camp with a lot of younger players in the team. You'll have players coming in at various stages, but obviously everybody wants to know about whether any more players will come in the transfer window. How busy do you expect Liverpool to be this summer?
I think I said before that the first aim is to work with these players, and of course it's a disadvantage that many of them are not here yet. So, and then I mean the players that are already under contract. The positives about that is that it's, I think you know better than me, that is an important lifeline of the club, that youngsters come into the team as well. So it's an ideal way of seeing them in these weeks where they get a lot of playing time as well. And yeah, the standards are really high when it comes to bringing in new players because we have such a good team and such a good squad. So of course, Richard and me and other people as well are trying to improve the squad where possible, but that's not that easy because we have so many good players yet.
And finally, obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't here. We all know he's entering the final year of his contract. How confident are you that a new one can be agreed and he'll be a Liverpool player for longer than seeing?
My answer would probably be a bit boring, and I think it's the same answer you've heard in the last 5, 6 or 7 years, that contract situation are not discussed at this place. So, but just keep trying, I would say.
I always will. I always will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next one, John. You mentioned in your first press conference that you were hired partly because you've got a similar style to how the teams play, but obviously there will be some differences. So in terms of the players that you do have with you now, how pleased are you with how they're adapting to what you're asking of them, and how valuable has it been the time that you've had to get those messages across?
Like you said, many things will stay the same when it comes to playing style, but of course there will be a few adjustments because otherwise every manager has also his own ideas. But general playing style would probably look quite familiar for you guys, and I think every player, especially if they have had a few weeks off, they need to adapt playing with the ball again. So taking that into account, I think we have made some steps compared to where we started, but that has maybe not so much to do with implementing new ideas, but it also has to do with players getting used to playing with the ball again. So, but I'm very happy, like I said before, with the energy the team is giving every single day, and which is normal in preseason because everywhere around the world you hear the same things. Players work really hard, but that's also with us. So till now I've been happy with the way they did, and looking forward to the game tomorrow to see if we can bring some positives to the game as well.
Has anyone surprised you so far? I mean, I'm sure you did your research, but is there one or two you were really forward? Didn't know you'd be exactly.
I don't think anyone that is established player surprised me, because if you go to one of the best clubs in the world, to the best players in the world, I don't think you're surprised in terms of quality. But like I just mentioned as well, many young players joined us here as well. And there are a few that surprised me in a positive way, of course. But if your next question would be who they are, then you're not going to get the answer. Okay. Does don't need them anything about football then?
James.
I think they like this joke.
Still that 11 players, obviously off the back of the Euros and the Copa America. Will you get a few of those players back over the course of this trip? And if so, who and when?
Jago is arriving today, I think. So we will have his testing day tomorrow, and the day after he will join us in a session. And I think it's Ibu and Ryan that will join us later in the trip. And I don't think I forget anyone, and the rest will start after the trip when we're back in Liverpool.
How about Alisson Becker?
I think he will start also in Liverpool when we're back in Liverpool.
And just on the topic of transfers, in terms, obviously most clubs in the Premier League have strengthened already. Liverpool are one of the few that haven't. Is that more because of you wanting time to fully assess what you've inherited, or is it more the case that targets aren't available? What is the main reason?
The first one is one of the reasons which you just said. So me wanting to assess, is that the right word, the squad, which is difficult because most of them are still not here. And the second one also has to do with the difficulty of if you inherited a team that's really good, then it's not so easy to find players that are of the same standards or even higher, especially because those ones need to be available then as well. But like I said, Richard, more than me, is really working hard on that as well, and he keeps me updated every time. And if there's any news on that, we will come to you. But like I said, we already have a very good team where I am already really happy with, but would be a surprise for all of us, I think, if we don't bring any player in. So that will probably happen in the end. But for now, we're just waiting for the players to come back and waiting for the right ones to sign.
Just in terms of Andy Robertson, he wasn't involved in the game against Preston last week. Is he fully fit now, or are you still able to manage him off the back of the Euros?
He's not fully fit yet, but we're expecting him in the end of the tour, maybe just after the tour, to be fully fit again. So he took a small injury into the Euros, and afterwards he had to recover from that after playing those games. But we will expect him back after our tour. But he joined us over here.
Yeah, what is the problem?
I think that's a medical issue, and that's something we don't share.
But you wouldn't expect him to play any part in the 3 games?
No. Oh.
With transfers, Arne, would you say that from what you've seen so far, the current squad is good enough to challenge for the goals that you've set for the upcoming season, and therefore new additions would be a bonus to the squad, or do you think that they're needed?
I think the answer lies in last season, where I think 5, 6, 7 games before the end, they were still competing with Arsenal and City. So there you have your answer. They are good enough to compete.
And you obviously, since we last spoke to you, brought in 2 coaches, John Heitinger and Aaron Briggs. What do they bring to your team?
Premier League experience. Both of them have worked in the Premier League. John more recent than Aaron. And both of them, of course, have their own role in our staff. So I think I said before that Aaron is also the one that's going to bridge the gap between the youth academy and the first team. He has an analyst background, so that's a positive thing. And John has played many games in the Premier League, and last season he was an assistant coach, that's the way you call it over here as well, at West Ham. So brings experience as a player, but also as an assistant in this league. And he worked with someone that I know really well, and the two of us have quite a similar playing style. So I think it's not going to take long for him to understand exactly what we want with the players.
And then the other week you mentioned how you'd spoken to Darwin Núñez on the phone. Have you been in contact with the players that are not here yet, or is it important for you to give them a bit of space to enjoy their holiday?
Both. So I called them after they went out of every tournament, and we had a conversation about how the tournament went, how last season went, and what we expect from them the upcoming season, in combination with the amount of days they have off. And some of them I've spoken a bit more recently, and some of them they are just enjoying their holidays. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, in accepting this job, how much you thought about the challenge of replacing someone as successful and popular as Klopp? How much of the decision to come and take this job did you factor in that particular challenge?
I think if you go to one of the biggest clubs in the world, there's always pressure. So, and I've already explained in Liverpool that you can look at it 2 ways. You can be afraid for his legacy, but you can also look at the fact that he left behind a team that can win things. And I've won a few trophies as well at Feyenoord, and I'm hoping that I can do the same over here as well. And that's the aim we've got, and that's my aim as well.
My question is, how do you prepare for Real Betis? Or as a preseason game, are you more focused on preparing your own club for the upcoming Premier League season?
I think it's a bit of both, but it's mostly preparing our own team. But I think part of preparing your own team is also preparing them for what they can expect tomorrow. So what kind of press the opponent gives, and how we then want to play out from the back, how they want to do build up, and how we have to press them. So it's a bit of both. I think till now we've worked mainly on our own ideas, and tomorrow we will have a meeting where I'm going to share with them what they can expect from Betis.
When you're on a tour like this, how do you deal with the travel or things like and the constant shifting city to city and things like that as you try to coalesce this team into a working season?
Yeah, we have a lot of professionals to make sure that this goes as in the best possible way. And I think it was 2 days ago where we traveled in a plane, where not everybody will travel with a plane like this. So we could rest really well. So that's we have to adjust towards the time zone, of course. But in terms of traveling, I think we could be in a better place than we were.
Is this a good way for you to start with a tour like this?
I think it's always important to have also games where you get a lot of resistance. Ideally, you have your complete team, of course. So, but there's nothing to do if we would have been here or we would have been in Liverpool. In both situations, we don't have the complete team available. But if you come over here, you have a lot of strong opponents to play against, and I think that then immediately makes also shows you the weaknesses you have as a team, and if you're already competitive enough to start the league in a few weeks. So that is one of the advantages of coming over here, that we face 3 tough opponents.
Last one there.
When you're in a new situation like this, how much of your time do you spend studying players that you've inherited, and how much do you spend studying the opposition, whether it's City or Arsenal or Man U or the entire league? How much of your time can you find to study the opposition as well?
I think that changes during the season. So at this moment, it's more the full focus is on our own team. So all our meetings are, what do we have to improve? What can we do better? What do we do really good already? And then during the season, when Ipswich comes up or Brentford or all the other teams, then you implement the opponent towards your ideas as well. But in football, there are a few systems to play against. So it could be 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 5-3-2, but they're not 15 to 20. So in these upcoming weeks, we try to prepare them for all the systems you can face during the season in terms of how you want to do build-up and how you want to press those teams then. Combined with, in these part of the season, of course, it's very important that players stay fit, stay available, and go to a next step in terms of match fitness.
Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Well, there you have it, guys. Arne Slot has spoken now. I think there's quite a bit to talk about. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about that as a call-in. So you've heard it all now, guys. We've heard it all. This is your show. Go put the link in the chat. Make sure you hit that link. Come in and have your say, guys. This is the call-in show, the Liverpool call-in show. We've heard Arne Slot there talk. I want everyone's opinion. Guys, when you come in, make sure if I don't know you are, make sure your camera is on. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, be nice in the chat. No stupidness as well. Look, I don't do a lot of these call-in shows because the last time I did call-in show, we had too many idiots, man. And idiots ruin everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure you come in, have your say, and let's have a good show, guys. I want to hear from you guys. You're the important ones. It's your show. So make sure you call in. And if you're nervous, you can keep your camera off. I'm cool with that, honest. Yeah, if you OnlyFans calling. Yeah, OnlyFans calling. Jamie loves it, really. No, I mean, Ash, call in, man. I want you to have your say, man. I want you guys coming. You've got Baz in the chat as well. Baz is up with it. Got K-Mac in the chat. Yeah, I'll put the link in again. I don't want to share my screen. That can go away. What I'll do, I will put the link in again and then I'll pin it in the chat for you guys. I've got... Right. My browser's blocked my screen. Why has my browser blocked my screen? The stupid thing. What's going on here? Right. Big honesty says Arne's already say we adapt to our system depending on the opponents. Love it. And it seems like he's got like cojones, no fear at all. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, honestly. Big up, man. Big up to you. Guys, I've only got one person at the moment who's called in. I'll go get him in a second. So, guys, come on. Everyone call in. You'll go get your shirt out. You go get your time. Let's do this, guys. What I'll do, I'll pin the link in the chat. Let me get that link pinned. So you guys don't have to go and try and find it anywhere. Right. The link's pinned in the chat, guys. So you don't have to go looking for it. Right, let's get my man Paul in first. Yeah, it's been a while since we heard from Paul. Let's get Paul in first. Hey, Paul, how you doing, mate? It's been a while.
How you doing, Jamie? All right?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Go
Oh,
on, mate.
good,
Have
good,
your
good.
say, my friend.
Right, okay. Right, okay. FSG. They're doing my head in right now. I'm sorry, but they are. They are running this club like a mid-table club. They should be more ambitious. And then if you want to be winners and you want to be competing with the top teams, we have to keep doing whatever it takes. If it means spending money and buying players every season after season, then we need to do that to keep up. And if we're in a position of strength, then we keep buying from a position of strength, keep strengthening. And they don't seem to understand that for some reason. And also, I think our fan base is extremely sentimental. We are ridden and it's rotten to the core of our club. In terms of getting rid of players that should have got rid of, we should have sold a long time ago. Yeah, and I think Andy Robertson should be sold this summer. I think, if not next summer. I think he's past his best and get a new left back. And if we're going to get ignored, then he should be first choice when he comes in. If we sign him,
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I hear that, man.
Yeah,
I hear it. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. And my choices for DM, I'm not sold on Emerson. It seems that everyone else is, but I'm not sold on them at all. My first choice, or my choices with Varela, Zubimendi, Yusuf Fofana, Richard Rios, and there's one more whose name I can't remember right now, but they're the ones I would bring in. Someone that plays very similar to Rodri, someone who you don't necessarily have to be a destroyer, someone that actually reads the game, interceptions, that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to throw himself around and tackle people and crunching people. The best DMs are the ones that read the game and don't necessarily get themselves booked unless they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones they're the ones I look out for in terms of DMs. People that read the game can also progress play as well, and that are comfortable on the ball, that are not afraid to take the ball in tight areas. They can deal with any kind of pressure that's put on them in tight areas in terms of and centre backs.
Go
on. God, since we've lost out on Calafiori, we need to get Henkepi or this guy from there's a great centre back who's just been signed by RB Leipzig called Castello Lucas, I think his name is. He can play left back and and he's left footed as well. Both of these can play on the left, and they're both left-sided left centre halves, which we've been looking at for the past summer, for the whole of the summer. Sorry, not past summer, the whole of the summer. Yeah. That's the guy. Good one, Russell. The keeper, very good centre back. Yeah. Okay, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I'll let the next caller come on and have his opinion.
Big up, Paul. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Okay, thank you. No problem. Take care, mate. Thanks.
Cheers, man. Cheers. No, there's a lot of what Paul says I agree with. You know, I've been saying the ambition thing. That is my main arguing point with FSG. Maybe they do need to show a bit more ambition. Centre back and defensive midfielder. I don't think anyone's going to disagree. That's probably what we need most in this window. So yeah, and then names Paul out. Like, to be fair, Paul, I think Paul mentioned Alan Ferreira about a year or so ago when no one really heard too much. So yeah, and now he's gone to Porto. So yeah, maybe Paul knows his stuff. But let's get. I think Douglas. Let me know if you're ready, man. And we'll get Douglas on next. Wait for him. Let me know if he's ready there, because I saw his video on a minute ago. Big up honesty. I see Douglas ready. Big up Douglas. I'll just get you on in 1 sec. Big up honesty with super chat. He says, "Is this true? Liverpool is about to raid Wolves for Aounouri and Neto for and another question: if Nalio was rated higher than Kwanzaa, do we need to buy another centre back after seeing how good Kwanzaa was this season?" The Wolves raid out with Nori and Neto, I'm not sure about. It's very rare that a club comes in, just takes 2 players from the same club in the same transfer. So I'm not sure about that. I think links to Nori got turned down a while back. Neto is probably the best winger outside the top 4 and could easily play for any top 4 team in the Premier League. He wouldn't be at Wolves now if it weren't for his injury. So maybe, I'm not sure. But Aounouri is a left back I think we desperately need. Big up honesty of Sucha. Let's get Douglas in here, my man. Douglas, how you doing, man?
What's up, Jamie?
How you doing, my man?
I'm good. Finally I'm here. Big up to the Coppish boys, you know. They are the one that hooked me onto you.
Big up to them.
They are the first YouTube channel that I watch, and then they say recommend Jamie.
There
After Jamie, need the people to show some love to K-Mac. I love when you and K-Mac are, together.
Yeah, K-Mac's my boy. K-Mac's my boy. I love K-Mac.
We need some love for K-Mac channel there.
Definitely.
Yes. The team now. I think that the coach has to try out the players. He's new to the team, so you'd have to see what the players are like. But we do need a CDM for sure. A centre back. Yes, but I don't think we need someone that is ready right away. But someone in the pipeline. Probably there's a academic player there where he probably likes. We don't know. Probably he really like Basetic as a CDM. We don't know. So we have to see what going on in the practice matches. With the forward line now, hopefully Darwin doesn't receive a ban or anything like that.
No.
Trust me, I rate Darwin a lot. I do rate Darwin a lot. But he just needs to have composure. That's the only thing missing from his game. The aggression, defense fears Darwin. Fear. The speed, his aggression, everything. But he just needs to work on his finishing.
Agreed.
What else? I guess it's just big up now. Big up to Jamie. Big up to your family, and all of that.
Appreciate it, man.
Douglas from Jamaica, all the way from Jamaica. Trust me, I listen to you a whole lot,
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
I love the rant,
Oh, yeah. If I get angry, I can't help myself. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. Big up, Jamie. Big up.
Big up to you, man. I'll see you again soon, yeah?
Same here.
See you later, man. Big up to Douglas there as well. Great Douglas coming on first time caller and obviously following the show for a while. That's what I want, guys. First time callers to be beautiful. Again, everyone's saying kind of the same thing at the moment. Liverpool need a centre back and a DM, and I can't disagree. We need them. Has to happen. If Richard Hughes says it's happening in August, then I personally need to see them transfers done in August. If they're not, I will be on the same bandwagon as everyone else. I really would. Talk about bandwagons. Right, let's get my man John on. It's been a while since John was on the show. I love John to bits. He's a great guy. It's been a long time. Let's get my man John on the show. Big up, John.
Oh, big up, man. Hope you're well.
How you well, mate? Been a while. How you doing?
It's been a while, mate. It has been a while, to be honest with you. I'm not too bad, mate. How have you been? How's the family?
Everyone's good, mate. Can't complain.
That's good. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. What's not so good to hear is Liverpool sitting in their asses doing jack shit.
I do agree.
FSG being penny pinchers as always, trying to save anything, every penny they can. Now I hear people turn and say to me that Arne Slot wants to evaluate the squad. Now I'm sorry, but Arne Slot would have known that he was going to be the Liverpool manager a long time before it was announced. Now, I'm pretty darn sure he would have had plenty of time to evaluate the squad before it even got announced.
Yeah.
Now, are you really trying to tell me that Arne Slot needs to wait 1 week before the season starts to make signings? I've seen people say we're not going to make signings until 2 weeks beforehand. Now, I don't blame Arne Slot on this. I don't. I see the agenda already starting. Arne Slot is going to get thrown under the bus if he doesn't make a good start of the season. It's going to be Arne Slot didn't want to spend money because Arne Slot wanted to assess the squad. Arne Slot's already assessed the squad. So I'm not buying that bullshit. Michael Harper and Richard Hughes and FSG do not want to make signings. We know what we need at the club. Arne Slot knows what he wants at the club. If that was the case, why did we go in for Anthony Gordon? If we needed, why did we go in for Anthony Gordon?
Yeah. It's like the Anthony Gordon transfer was like if they accepted Gerald Kwanzaa, he'd be a Liverpool player now. So it's a. Do you think Liverpool? They're looking like the news is that Liverpool want a centre back, a DM, and a winger, and that's the three positions we're getting linked with constantly.
Yes.
Look, and I've been patient. I've said I'll be patient this summer. I'm going to carry on being patient. Obviously, patience runs out thin eventually, but like they said, they're going to do business in August, John. So if they do the business in August, and they do that, and they get the players in, how will you feel about that?
So what do we do? Are we going to go and pick up the scraps that other clubs didn't want?
Or they got players they already know they're going to buy that no one's going for at the moment.
So you're taking a big risk.
Yeah.
If you're by your logic, you're going to wait till August. You have players in mind you want to sign, but other clubs before you even go in, other clubs could go pinch Simmons. So by your logic, you're taking a very big risk. Or are we just going to go pick up the scraps that other clubs don't want? Are we going to do a Kabak? Are we going to do a Marfiello? Are we going to do a Davy? What's the fucking what's his name? The centre back that never played for a club.
Ben Davis.
Ben Davis. Are we going to go do that on the last day of the window?
Yeah.
The hologram, who was never seen. Is that really what we're going to do? Is that really what we're all about?
Hey, I don't know until you get the players in, John. This is the thing. I don't know what players they're after. Yeah, I hear what you're saying about players not being there, but we know like a couple of years back now when we was after Luis Diaz, he was going to be the summer priority, weren't he? And then Tottenham came sniffing, so we went and bought him. Gakpo was a Man United target. We went and got it before Man United get. So I suppose if a player is there that we're targeting that we haven't been linked with, and someone came in for him, I expect they'd probably react to go and get him. But as you say, we're a bit in the dark because we don't know what players that Liverpool are interested in. You know, this is the problem.
Now, I'm not saying Liverpool are wrong for doing this. I'm not saying Liverpool are wrong doing this, but I don't understand the reason behind it.
Yeah.
We heard,
I hear you.
We heard all summer that we weren't in for. I personally, I call him a fake yo-yo because I don't actually rate the guy.
No.
The Man United had just signed, but we heard all summer that we didn't go for him because he was guaranteed to go to Real Madrid. It was a guaranteed Real Madrid, and that is why we pulled out the race.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, Man U put a 50 million bid in, or 60 million euro bid. I'm not too sure what it was, and they got him. But Liverpool were sitting on their asses, and we were told we were interested in him. Now, am I glad we didn't get him? Yes, because as I say, I call him a fake yo-yo. I don't rate the guy. But the point remains, if we were interested in this guy so much, why did we not challenge Man United?
No, I mean, I even said a while ago that a 50 million bid will get Lady Euro. Like so basically the word coming out from Lille is basically they sort of forced his hand to Man United a little bit because they said they won't play him if he decides to stay at Lille and go for a free. So they forced his hand a little bit. I think Liverpool didn't want to get embarrassed again by going for a player that they didn't feel wanted to come to them after the other bit. So I do feel there's that. Also, I think the agents played Liverpool a little bit. I think Liverpool got played a little bit by saying that he only wants to go around Madrid. So Liverpool decided, look, if on Twitter and social media and other YouTube channels, people spoke, why are we going after a player that only wants to go to Real Madrid? That's pull out the transfer. So Liverpool pulled out the transfer and then Man United bid. So I can't really have a go about it. No, as you say, I'm not bothered by it either because he's an 18-year-old centre-back that they put on a lot of money as well straight away.
No, that's attracting me. I'm not saying that we should have challenged Man United. I'm just asking if we really wanted him, if we really rated him, why did we not make the challenge? I'm glad we didn't because I'll be honest with you, I actually think Kwanzaa is a better player than him.
Maybe that's why they didn't do it, man. Maybe that's
why were they always interested in him?
I think that is the only person we've been legitimately interested in all summer. Was Lenny?
We made an offer for Anthony Gordon, so that's not only player.
Yeah, maybe they felt like. And what else I read about Lenny Euro is they didn't think he would get in Liverpool's first team for a while, but he'd be a good player to have, sort of thing. So I don't know. I don't know, John. Even I admit it was a weird one where we know they were heavily interested. Everyone spoke about it.
Weird situation, Jamie. It is a weird situation, but I will always maintain my stance. Now, I remember this time last year, I went on Cabbage and I had FSG out as my name. I actually had FSG the fuck out now as my name. And they says to me, you can't say that today. We just signed the boss like. And my point has been proven. I told Evans I will continue saying it until FSG continuously keep backing us in the transfer window. Now, I'm not saying spend 200, 300 million every window. That's not what we need. But we need the right backing in the right positions at the right time. And at the moment, FSG is not proving it. So my stance at the moment will always be, until they prove that, FSG, get the fuck out my club and get the fuck out my club right fucking now. Go buy fucking Bordeaux. Go buy Lemons and sell fucking us.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to totally disagree with everything you say there, to be fair. You know, the ambition on the pitch has got to be matched. And I don't disagree with that bit. I ain't going to lie.
Well, as always, Jamie, thank you very much for having me on the show, mate. You're a good friend. A lot of respect for you.
No worries, my man. Come on again when I do another show, yeah?
No problem. You take care of yourself, mate.
All right, sweet. See you later, man.
Big up, big up.
Right, I've got a couple of supers there. I'm going to get Jen on because Jen ain't been on for a while. And let me just read these supers out from Honesty. He says, getting Yasso and Kempe Diamonde, Guay and Eva Kudos in Buamo, John, Johan Bakayoko from PSV. I don't care. If it fits the system, makes us better simple. I agree. On the pitch, FSG lacks ambitions, but business-wise, we can't. Yeah, I agree with this. Now, this is one thing I will say. FSG's commercial business they've done at the football club is very hard to knock. But what honestly saying here, the ambition part of it, we agree with. We're top 10 in best of sales sustained club in Europe, no problem with FFP or PSR. With FSG, I look at both sides of it. That's a great comment. And big up honesty with the supers there. I really do appreciate the supers. And it's a great comment. You know, the behind the scenes stuff, the commercial side of football and that part of the business, they're extremely good at. I'm not going to knock them for that. But I understand everyone with the ambition side of it on transfers. You know, I do get everyone's point of it and upset. So I'm not going to disagree on that. Right, guys, we're going to get Jen on the show. And if no one's seen Jen before, she hasn't been on for a while. Okay, but Jen's a great person. Okay, so I don't want anyone says anything, I will fucking ban you for life. Let's get my Jen on. Big up, Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm not been very well, Jamie.
You've not been very well?
Yeah, no.
Oh, what's happened?
I've been in hospital quite a lot lately, so correct. I haven't been watching you go.
Oh, are you feeling? How are you feeling now, Jen?
In pain, but I'm alright.
You're doing all right, though, yeah?
Yeah.
You're being looked after?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. It's good to hear you, Jen. You're looking well, Lo. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Jen Smile, look at all the love in the chat for Jen. Look at all the love, love for Jen in the chat, guys. Love for Jen in the chat. I see love in the chat for Jen. In the chat for Jen. Right, Jen, what do you want to say?
I got what you call about congratulations about Gunday Prank Amo. I am coming here about Gurgle going and going to one real quick. I want to keep all quick. I go.
Which phone number, contact or device do you want to call?
No.
Contact or device.
You've ruined it, Jen. What happened? Alexa came on. Alexa, stop. Go on, Jen. Go again, girl.
I am really worried about Gunday Amo going. I'm going all in 1 year. Yeah. We need to get the contract sorted. And then get back up for Google Gunday. I think you get in playing.
I agree, Jen.
I'm playing all the game. So we need a good player to replace him.
Jen, I agree. Look, Jen, with the boys' contracts, like you're saying, with Trent, like, do you think all three of them sign, or do you think only one or two? Who do you think actually sign?
I think Mo will guy, a girl guy. I think all three will go, but if one or two go, then all three will go.
With Trent, with Trent, I think Trent will sign a new deal. Jen, do you think Trent will sign a new deal?
I really hope so. I can go in Twitter or come on.
And I mean, and with all three of them, Look, I think they all stay this summer no matter what. Do you agree?
Yeah. How about we'll give Craig we'll get more cavalry or more chicken and Google.
Yeah, Mo's. I do think Mo's going.
Yeah.
I think this is Mo's last year, Jen. Yeah, next year on a free. Yeah, I agree, Jen. I agree. Next year on a free, I think Mo will leave. I think Trent will stay. I think he'll sign a new contract. I reckon he might sign a new contract in the next couple of weeks.
Where will you put Crank in the midfield or can you go?
I would keep Trent at right back personally.
Well,
I'd keep him at right back. I'd keep him at right back.
Yeah.
Jen, I'm gonna have to let you go because I've got more callers to come on.
Okay.
But again, you've been a superstar. Jen, when I do, make sure you if you're watching, just let me know you're watching by typing something in the comments. I can shout you out. Okay. All right, you're a superstar, Jen. You're an absolute superstar. I hope the pain starts to ease for you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jen. Much love to you. I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Look, Jen's a superstar, man. And all the love in the chat as well. Thank you very much for everyone in the chat making her feel special there. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. She's a great person. Be that into the super sticker as well. I appreciate it, End. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate the super sticker. Yeah, love to Jen, man. Yeah, Jen's great, man. Jen's got her own channel as well, Kloppish. It's Kloppish. If you put that in YouTube, you can go and subscribe to Jen's channel, guys. She's actually monetized as well. You know, she's actually monetized this, Jen. So go over to Kloppish, and subscribe to her channel, guys. Show her some love over there. Yeah, she's one of a kind, is Jen. Yeah, exactly. She's a sweetheart. She's great. Right, let's get. I've got a couple more people in here. Let's get Bruno in the house right now. It's been a while, Bruno. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. FSG, what are they doing? What in the name of garbage are they doing?
Go on, tell me, Bruno.
Like,
tell me.
Seriously. Today is the 25th of July. The Copa America, it's finished. The Euros, it's finished. So there's no excuses. Why are they taking 25 years to get Trent's contract sorted?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Get that. I don't want to see sitting there hitting rumours. Oh, Trent has been linked with Real Madrid because Jude Bellingham has been whispering in his ear. I don't want to hear that. Get that contract signed. None of this crap. I don't want to hear any of that crap, man. And as for the transfer situation, yeah, we're coming to the end of July now. So the next month is August. So you know what that means now, don't you? Like the previous caller said, do we want to end it like in 2021 season or 2021-22 season when it was Kabak and Ben Davis and Arthur Meldown? Exactly, very exciting, was it? Yeah, not exactly very exciting. When you get to the top, you strengthen to stay at the top. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, Man City and Arsenal will end up strengthening, and they will stay exactly where they are. Right? United, the team that we absolutely despise, hate, those little skankheads over there. Right? They're strengthening. Yeah, and we're standing still doing absolutely nothing. What are we waiting for? They've got no excuses now because the tournaments are done, over and done with. Why are they taking 25 years to get these deals done? What's going on here?
I hear you. Look, I hear you. Look, with the contract, right? With the contract thing first, I will say you're right. It's very hard for me to blame Richard Hughes and all that for the contracts because they've come into that. You know, they've come to the job where they've got their 3-star players who only 12 months ago and they've gone straight into an international tournament. So I understand people's like it, but it does take a while to sort out contracts. For me, that should have been done last year. That shouldn't have happened. I think we can all agree with that. Transfers, though, look, Richard Hughes pretty much mentioned that he'd do transfers in August. We've just heard the manager talk at the press conference of the start of pre-season. He's basically said, look, me and Richard Hughes are talking, transfers will happen. I want to do this and this first. As long as transfers happen in August, Bruno, and we get the players that we need, especially that DM that everyone craving and that centre back, will you be happy with that, or do you think it's still underwhelming?
I'm looking at the right wing position. That's a bit of a problem as well. Salah, he's 32 now. He's not 24. He's not 23. He can't be running up and down, Yeah. He needs competition for his position because otherwise he'll get worn out. You can't do that, right? And people that keep saying we have to use the youngsters, there has to be balance. You can't just throw Kwanzaa in there. What you're playing against Manchester City, you're in a title race, you're playing against Man City, or you're playing against Arsenal towards the end of the season. What, you're going to put Kwanzaa against the likes of Erling Haaland, are you? You can't do that. That's a lot of pressure, what? And by the way, I forgot to tell you, the Champions League is not the same this year. It's the table now, There's going to be more matches, Which means that's another reason why we need to strengthen. We have to keep our house in check, That's what I'm saying. All I'm hearing is links to this player, links to that player, and then the journalists who are kissing FSG's arse are shutting them down. It's a lie, it's this, it's that. What in the name of garbage is this, man? Stop kissing FSG's arse, man. The amount of links I've seen on Twitter, if I had £1 for every link that I've seen shut down or say, oh, it's not cheap. Apparently, there was this player from Real Sociedad, for example. I think it's Kubo, or however you pronounce his name. And then 5 minutes later, it's been shut down. Right? Then there was this other player, same thing happened again, shut down. I was like, what in the name of garbage, what in the name of stupidity are we doing? And they can't come up with these excuses of money. We are Liverpool Football Club. Okay, remember, we don't celebrate finishing second over here. We don't celebrate finishing third, and we don't celebrate finishing fourth place. That's not good enough.
Agreed.
I expect a title challenge. We ain't Tottenham. If you think come the end of this season, I'm going to be sitting here singing Rihanna's, Jay-Z's, and Beyonce's at the end of the season, no. Nah, if we finish second, that's failure. I expect a title challenge. Anything else is failure. So they better step up, or this is going to be what I did before that Soboslai. You was in that Soboslai video, weren't you? And you saw what happened that day. So there's the warning: either step up, or there's going to be blood on John W. Henry's hands. There's the warning.
There you go. A very passionate Bruno there. Bruno, much love, man.
Thank you very much,
Bruno.
We'll leave Bruno there. See you soon, Bruno. We'll chat again soon, man.
Thank you very much.
No worries, my man. No worries. See you later on. All right, I've got my man K-Mac here. K-Mac's not calling in. He's just part of the show. Be okay, K-Mac.
Bruno, don't do anything that's going to get you into trouble, though, mate. Okay.
Yeah, no. Bruno's good.
It sounded like you were going to do something bad if something happened.
No, look. Everyone's passionate. I understand everyone's anger and passion. It comes through. We all get it. Look, but like we've been saying for a while, since I heard the first press conference with Richard Hughes and Arne Slot together, where Richard Hughes said we're probably going to do business around August time. I've stayed patient. That's why I'm not going mental about transfers, because that's what the guy said. And if
I just listen to him. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. You listen to press conferences and they ask questions and they answer them, and then we don't listen to them.
Yeah, it's
He literally told us what's going on.
Yeah, it's a madness. It's a madness. Guys, we've only got one more caller in the chatting gang deep. I'm going to get him on in 1 second. But guys, anyone who else wants to call in, the pinned link is at the top of the live chat, guys. It's pinned at the top of your live chat you're looking at right now. So anyone who wants to call in and have their say, if you're a bit nervous, you don't want to be on camera, that's perfectly fine. If you want to come and have your say for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. Yeah, come in and have your say.
Russell, I'd love for you to call in, mate. You've always got loads of cool stuff to say about transfers. It'd be really good to listen to you talk about them, mate. Just saying, like.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to call in, is he?
I mean, some people are nervous. I understand it, man.
No, he's got so much good stuff to talk about transfers in the chat.
Yeah, Russell talks well. Russell talks well in the chat, to be fair.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll put the link in again in the chat. It's pinned at the top of the on the live chat, guys. It's pinned up there, and it's also back in the live chat. So if you want to come in and have your say, come in and have your say. Let's get Gang and Deep in. Gang and Deep, how you doing, man?
Yeah, all good, man. Been a while, man. How's things?
Yeah, good, man. Good. I haven't done call-in shows for time because I'm not a big I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a big lover of them. Sometimes I just get too many weirdos, and yeah, I think the last time I've done one, someone got their knob out. So yeah, it's
yeah, it was a bit OnlyFans that one, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I haven't done one for a while, but it's good to hear all you guys. It's sometimes easier for you guys to express what you want to say in a call in than writing it down. So, Gangadek, what do you want to say, man?
Yeah, no, I hear it, man. Just too many idiots out there nowadays, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big up K-Mac as well. It was an interesting debate on Bayesian's call-in last week. It was nothing personal, just
Mate, I
heated,
apologise about that, mate. That was a bad day for me because I did a big rant on my show,
good, bro.
mate. I'm sorry.
No. You don't need to apologise. It's just two passionate Liverpool fans.
We did make up at the end, though, mate. We did make up at the end.
No. It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah. So just my summary on the whole FSG thing, right? So my stance is, well, when I think their model worked to the point where we got to the pinnacle. So the pinnacle for me is when we won the Champions League and the Premier League in 2020, with the right manager, with the correct footballing structure and everything, right? Proof's in the pudding. But when it's very hard to get to the pinnacle, but it's even harder to stay there and maintain it and go to that next level. And this is where my gripe comes with the ownership, because since 2020, I would say, and you could even say even probably before Klopp, some would argue, but I don't think it's very clear and very evident to see with how we have performed, that they're not obsessed with winning on the pitch. Like, that's not the be all and end all for them. And that's where my issue lies with the ownership, because anyone who has seen Liverpool since, or has watched Liverpool since 2020, I think there's been a bit of a regression in terms of not going to that next level, stagnating, getting complacent, all across the footballing structure, from top to bottom. And this is where I'm not one of those that just blames the owners for everything. Klopp is just as much to blame as the ownership, and as well as the coaching staff and everybody in between the footballing structure, because they're all enablers of each other. Because if they weren't enablers of each other, then the people right at the top who put the appropriate people in place to run the footballing side of things, if their ambitions was to win and just to win, right, not obviously not at all costs, but to ensure that we got to that next level of sustained success and domination, FSG would have not, and also the thing is the transfer side of things is only just one aspect of making the change in order to ensure that we get to that end goal. But they could have changed personnel to ensure that they got people in that were serial winners and matched their ambition of being serial winners. Because they didn't, that kind of shows that that's not their ambition, and the people that they've put in place also, it was also not their ambition either, if that makes sense. Which, and also the buck, and because of that, the buck stops with them because they own us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I'm against the owners, if that makes sense. So that's my stance on FSG. And in terms of the transfers for this summer, I'm not going too mad as of yet because there's a new regime in place with obviously Edwards and Richard Hughes at the helm with Slot as manager. So, and I do understand that there's been tournaments, the tournaments have happened as well, and got to assess the squad and make the right transfers accordingly. Do I think I personally think we need two signings, definitely, a DM and a centre back. I would like a cover for right winger, and personally, I would personally get rid of Robbo and Tsimikas and get a left back in as well, because I think left back for me is a position we do need strengthening now. Do I think we'll address all those areas? Based on previous years and based on the way we've done transfers, I'm not so confident because we've always left ourselves short, at least by one player. So that's my only thing with the transfers and who we will get in. But we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully I'm proven wrong.
I hear you, man. I hear you. There's not much there you didn't say I don't agree with, to be absolutely fine. I mean, look, the transfers this summer, with the squad we got, with the new manager and everyone in place, they're obviously looking at longevity and long-term goals and not short-term goals. So it might be a quieter window this summer, but next summer could be completely different. Centre back and a DM. I think that's what everyone wants more than anything, probably, is a centre back or a left back, or a centre back and cover left back, and that DM. And with the squad we got, everyone could understand if that's all we done. It's all we done. Obviously, you got a January window that's got to come up as well, where, for some reason Liverpool like buying wingers in January, so that might come again. And then the following summer, the following summer we might see more business. It was never really going to be a big summer window this year with everything going on at the club. Anyway, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm not one of those that believe that we need massive changes and we need like 4, 5, 6 players. I don't think we do, but I do think we do need around, I would say, about 3 players. I think, and we'll be ready, but whether I think we will get 3 players or if we'll just get 1 player or 2 players, like one transfer, 2 transfers, that's what remains to be seen. Hopefully we address everything that we do need to address and we don't leave ourselves short, like we have in previous transfers. But as I said, I'm hoping to be proved wrong.
I'll tell you what, Gangan Deep, mate, I should have let you talk more on that last show because I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, no, I think, like,
I agree with everything you said, mate.
Yeah, no, it's just for me, it's just my logical way of thinking when it comes to
it makes sense, mate. If you're at university, mate, you should do your thesis on it, mate, because
I'm not going to expose my age. I'm not going to expose my age, but I graduated a few years ago now. So yeah.
Yeah, Gangadik's pushing 40. Let's leave him be.
I think
No.
I personally think we won't address all the areas that we need to address, and that's mainly because it's probably going to cost too much with one of the areas, and I think the right wing position is going to be the one we probably don't address, because we'll probably have Elliot and probably Dominic Szoboszlai to cover that area, but the left back and the centre back issue on the left has to be addressed 100%.
I agree.
And we need to get a relatively good number 6, like better than Endo number 6, not like a kid, like a good number 6,
Totally
like a full international who's got 150 games under their belt, preferably someone who's played in the Premier League, which would be amazing. And if we got a left back that played, if we got a centre back that played left back, like a Hincapié or a Hincapié or a Inacio, and then if we went for like a DM centre midfielder like Varela. I mean, Paul talks about Varela all the time. He's been unbelievable this season. Like, it's another reason why I'm so happy that we've now got different people at the club, because these players were there. They were just there. Like, we were asked, do you want to buy him? No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for too many, or we're going to wait for this guy, or, I just don't think the waiting will happen anymore now.
No.
Oh yeah, no. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. I mean, there's a few. I think just proactiveness really, and is what I want, and not to be complacent is what I want from this new regime, and hopefully it filters through.
Definitely great call, man. Great call. We're gonna let you go there because I've got Russell waiting in the wings for his debut. So,
all right, but yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah,
appreciate it, mate. Catch up with you again soon.
Yeah, you too, mate. Cheers. Bye bye.
See you later, man. So before we get Russell on, I just got a couple of super chats I want to read out. Honestly, says, did you see the Carwell fight with a player in pre-season for the other team? I told you, Darwin influence. He's real. Just saying. Yeah, I saw Carwell fight in the I can't remember his name now. Place of Wrexham, didn't he? Yeah, they drew 2-2 last night, Chelsea and Wrexham. Apparently, Chelsea fans weren't too happy with the football they were watching. But Chelsea fans,
Chelsea moving like a team that finished 10th.
Yeah, shock. Why can't people understand that FSG don't nothing to do with the transfer stuff like that? Some Richard Hughes, Edwards. Yeah, I've always said this about transfers is that you hire a sporting director and someone else in charge of the football club, and then they run the football club. I agree with that. I've always said that FSG treat Liverpool like a franchise, and they hire people to look after that franchise and run after the club. But money, if they can, it's still up to them probably to release funds at the end of the day because they own the football club. But I do understand what everyone's saying. You all make sense. Right, let's get Russell in now. I think it's his debut, I do believe. Let's get Russell in here. Big up, Russell.
Hi, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Big up, Russell.
Yeah, can you hear loud and clear, my friend?
Oh, it's fun. So how are you both doing? You all right?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. It's good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, it's nice to be on things. It's nice to be on. But I honestly though, like I work, but like I work from home, so I do like listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff. And when like the Asia Cup was on, I started listening to like the Japanese like podcast, and I started like hearing about like Kubo and stuff. And like a lot of the people were saying that they weren't actually interested in Kubo as much in Japan because apparently he's seen as this massive failure. Because in 4 years he scored like 4 goals or something. So like a lot of the Japanese fans are like a bit iffy about him. So like I'm not FSG out, to be fair. Like I find them quite good, especially when they do the commercial deals and then they do like the the facilities and stuff. We've got the massive new training ground and stuff like that, which is really cool. But like in terms of sometimes when we could have had that final push, sometimes I just feel they could have done a little bit more so that we could have pushed over the line. Because there's been a few seasons where I've been at Anfield and I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, if only we could have someone who came on for Salah at this point, who could actually like influence the game, or we could like just do something at this point of the game just to put another CDM in that could like hold the ball up and stuff. We could have like, you know, won more trophies. But I'm just happy that we won the Premier League, to be honest, because, you know, I've never seen it being lifted before, and seeing that being lifted was great. And I've seen 2 Champions League, so a lot of the time I'm just gassed just to see the trophies. But I just would like to see a bit more, especially when we've got such a good squad, because it's like our squad is amazing. I've got some amazing young kids in the squad, but how amazing would it be if we just signed a few more players, like 2, 3 or 4, just to give us that push so that the young players can like learn from them and then go forward. And like, I just think it would give us way more kind of like, you know, it would give us a lot more energy, especially towards the end of the season, because last season it just ended so flat. And I'm sure you will agree, but like, it was just sad seeing how amazing we've gone all season, and suddenly everything just kind of like fell off, and we're like losing against Crystal Palace and stuff like that, and we were like not scoring, and everyone was like missing like 4-yard shots, and it's like, oh no, we could have just like won things. But like, I'm just excited. I'm just excited that the kids won the Carabao Cup. That was so good. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear. Look, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people. I agree with what you're saying about the commercial side of FSG, and what they do there is great. And look, they've never hid the fact that we are a self-sustainable football club. They've never hid that fact. That what it is, though, if you look at Man United under the Glazers, they're basically a self-sustainable football club as well, because they never spend their own money. They just spend what the club makes, and they put it back out in transfers. And we know Liverpool make a lot of money, and there is obviously, you know, we get told year in, year out, there is a lot of money there to spend, but they're never willing to sort of like. And I think like if FSG just showed that bit more ambition at times and just got that bit more out what everyone wants, you know, like, and just dug a little bit deeper when needed, because money is there and available, I think most people would be absolutely fine, because, as you say, behind the scenes work is, you know, the commercial side of the game, which I think they're probably the best at, is really good. And, you know, the new training ground, stadium built up. It's just transfers, ain't it, at the end of the day, Russell? That is probably the major thing with FSG, ain't it?
Just one more player, isn't it? One more player, that's all. Just one.
Yeah, like I'm not saying I'm not like saying let's sign like 7, 10 players like Chelsea do, but I just prefer to, like, you know, for example, like we look at Salah, for example, and like sometimes in matches at like 70th minute, he looks absolutely gassed, and it, you know, you're looking at the bench and you're like, oh, Harvey Elliott comes on, he does well, but then you play him further back as the centre mid, and he plays even better there. And it's like, well, who's going to naturally come in to fill that position? And it's just been a bit on my mind where it's been like, when Salah, you know, we haven't had really a backup right wing. Like, we tried to play Doak, then he got injured and stuff like that. So it kind of is a bit frustrating when you see like there's just a little gap in that position. I don't know if anyone else sees it or anything, but like it would just be nice to kind of like have that player there. I'm not saying like spend like 60 million or something or anything like that, but you know, like I'm not a scout either, but you know, I look at players like Sula, for example, who played, you know, for Frosinone last season. Like, and I just saw him play, and I was like, I saw it on TNT because I got the subscription. A massive rip-off, by the way, because it only has like one Premier League game on. And so I started watching Serie A, and then literally I saw him play, and I was like, whoa, who's this? So I started like searching him, and then every week I started watching him more, and it was just amazing on the ball, like dribbling, like no one could get the ball off him. And he was playing for like a team that was struggling to survive in Serie A. And I was like, how old's this guy? Like, it turned out he was like 21. And I was like, well, you know, if he's £20 million, why not try him? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to lose any money on him or anything like that. But and then we get linked to like Kubo for like 50 million, and then it just kind of confuses me because 1 minute we're talking about we haven't got enough money, then we're spending then we're looking at spending this amount of money on a player, and it's like I don't understand why. Seriously, we go from one extreme to the other constantly, and then the whole Euro thing kind of annoyed me because not because of Euro, but because like of everyone saying, "Oh, we'll sign him if Real Madrid say no," and then we've heard that before with like Bellingham and Tchouaméni and stuff, maybe in different situations, but it just kind of annoys me that we're such a big club and then we kind of just miss out on these players sometimes.
Yeah.
So what's your perfect window then? What's your perfect window this season? How many players and what players do you think? Because I always see you writing players down. Obviously, you want Sula, is he left-sided? Is he left-sided or right?
He's a right wing player, but he's gone to Roma, so he's not
gone to Roma.
Yeah, but for me, like I like Edison. I think he's a good player, and I think he would suit the team because he can play like defensive midfield position and the centre mid position. But I am kind of biased towards Brazilian players. Like I love Brazilian flair, and my favourite ever player was like Ronaldinho. So I have kind of got that bias. But for me, just like 3 players, like maybe like Aït-Nouri, for example, and Mbeumo maybe, and then just like Edison, that for me would be fine. But even if we just sign like Edison or, I don't know, an Aït-Nouri, I wouldn't mind that. But it just seems like, we've got that Rio kid who apparently has played really well in Chelsea. So I'm excited to see how he does. But I just want to see a few transfers that aren't big money, but that could be like, players that do well. Because I actually think that Sepp Vandenberg could do well this season. But I'm just a bit upset about how he went about it at the start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the way he's gone about it, he ain't going to
He's gone.
Liverpool,
He's
that's for
gone.
sure. Yeah.
He
ain't.
That amount, the plays you just said then, that's less than 130 million. Seriously, like in all honesty, you'll probably get Mbeumo for like 50. You'll get Edison for 45, and you'll get you'll get Aït-Nouri for 38. He's got a release clause, so like, if you sold Diaz, just for an example, like you're going to recoup like half of that. Like, it's not a huge amount, is it?
Yeah, and then I see like Gordon being linked, and he's had one good season, but like 70 mil plus, etc. for Gordon. Like he's a good player, but I think he just needs one more season, and also next season because he goes into his last year, you probably can get him cheaper anyway. So I just think
I'm throwing every penny and probably my mortgage at Kudus. He scored 18 goals last season. He scored 18 goals in his first season in the Premier League, all up, like in Europe as well. 18 goals and 6 assists in a crap team, let's be fair. West Ham weren't great last season.
Well,
and we want to shell how much out on Gordon, who he scored more than.
Well, for me as well, like I remember I went to Anfield to watch the Ajax game. I remember Kudus playing really well in that like centre-forward position. And I thought to myself, if Firmino goes, I think he could do well in that position. But he's gone to West Ham, done well. Even that, that Edison Alvarez guy from Ajax, he's been pretty good for West Ham as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
agree. Look, I agree with everyone's saying. It's we do leave ourselves short. We do. It's what keeps happening. You look at Arsenal today. Apparently, you got Arsenal's midfield, what they got right now, and apparently they're after Fabian Ruiz from PSG.
On loan, Jamie. Not even a buy, on loan.
There's something.
He was unreal. Knows your
you look at what I think there was a picture of Arsenal's defence from 2021 to today, and it's completely and utterly changed. They got like probably the best back line in Europe now. And they've just gone on and spent. Now, Liverpool can do that. And I think that's what frustrates everyone. Liverpool have got the money to go out there and do these same deals. I don't know what stops them. I ain't going to say I don't know what stops them because California. Because this is what Liverpool would do. It does wind me up at times. Yeah, you got California there, who everyone rates, everyone seems to like, and he's gone to Arsenal. I wouldn't be shocked if Liverpool go and get a centre back that costs more than California, and it'll wind people up. And we'll go, why are we buying him when he's more expensive? Why didn't we just go and get him? So I don't understand it. The only thing I can think of, we do so much data research in our transfers that they've seen things in players they just don't like, and they don't go for them. That's the only thing I can think of.
Do you know what winds me up the most? Is the Calafiore thing. Everyone's saying, oh, we're probably not going to get him because of the injuries. And now we're linked with Pedro Neto, who's basically made of cream crackers.
Obviously, look,
That's just garbage, isn't it?
He's a quality winger, Neto. There's no doubt about it. He's probably the best winger outside the top 4 in the Premier League, but could play for any. For me,
if we're getting him, because he's cheap. I mean, he's £100 million player when he's fit. Like if he was fit all the time, he's £100 million player, no doubt. Like he's playing for like PSG or Barcelona or someone like that. He would.
Yeah, he's the best.
He'd be top tier. Yeah,
you could argue that he's the best winger in the league when he's fit.
He is. He's a really good player.
But it is.
But if we're going for him, we're going for him because he's cheap, because he gets injured a lot. Then I do have to question, like, do we really need to do that? Like, we've literally just got, like, in case people didn't know, we've just been paid 125 million through fees for players playing international football for Liverpool over the last 4 years. In case you didn't know that.
Yeah,
like, where's that going? Like, if that's going back into the team. That has to go back into the team. Like,
oh yeah, it does. And if we are self-sustained, then it all has to go back into the team. There's no doubt about it. Russell, anything else you want to say, man?
Not really, no. But like the Calafiore deal, it would probably end up signing that Pacho dude from Frankfurt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did actually hear
he's a good
David
player,
Lynch.
by the way. He is a good player, but I just don't think he's got enough. I don't think he's played enough in the Bundesliga. He's done a season, but he's a good player.
What I read today as well, that Liverpool want to buy a centre back that can compete to starting positions. So they're obviously looking for a centre back of some quality, and that makes you think, why didn't they just go for Calafiore? Now, as K-Mac's saying, if they're worried because he's had knee injuries and they're not too sure, then they obviously go spend quite a bit of money on a centre back. So it's interesting. I literally think the links to Iniesta, is it, from Sporting Lisbon?
Yeah.
Rumours are now you don't have to pay his release clause. They drop it down to 40 million.
We'll be all over that, won't we?
It screams the St. Liverpool.
Anything round the 35 million pound mark, we're literally at the door, aren't we? Knocking.
And he's a player that could probably knock on the door starting in the lineup as well.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
It does make sense. It does make sense.
I think he'd take the left side position, like left back. I really would.
Yeah,
he's a good player. He's a good player.
Definitely.
I would have liked to have seen him more in the Euros, but they wanted to play a 41-year-old there instead.
That was imagine. I heard that David Lynch saying that Liverpool want a really good defender that's good in the air. That's what they're looking for. Someone who's like really aerial dominant. So I'm not quite sure. Is Ignacio good in the air? Like, how tall is he?
I have no idea. Everyone actually, people I spoke
he's
to,
over 6 foot.
Everyone I spoke to says that he's meant to be shocking in the air.
I don't think he's an aerial beast at all.
Because David Lynch was saying that that's the main priority, and apparently that's why Calafiore wasn't really looked at, because apparently he's not very good in the air, something like that.
Well, if that's this is what I'm saying. Like their data search, they're looking for. They're obviously looking for a certain type of player. I think there was strong links to that guy from Bayer Leverkusen recently as well, who looks an absolute beast.
Not Nkapie, the other one.
Yeah,
the one who Matip might be replacing.
Yeah.
Ghanaian.
Yeah, something like that.
Or Ivory Coast.
Is it Kasunu?
No,
yeah,
let me.
That's him. Yeah, that's him.
Kasunu.
Kasunu.
Yeah,
it is. It's Kasunu. I don't remember him playing last year. I don't remember seeing him play last year much.
Well,
He was like they have a back three, don't they? And he plays like he's like rotational, I think. But he is quite decent. Like he's strong on the ball as well.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a player we go and get.
Because they've got Matip now. Each time Matip, Annie. Leverkusen have got Matip, so that could be his replacement. That's interesting.
That makes sense. Look, we've always said
I'd rather have Nkapie. I'd rather have Nkapie. Nkapie's an absolute monster.
Do you know those two like Salzburg players? There's Gordon Dueth, the French CDM, who's like 20. He looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And Karim Konate, the pressing forward, he looks like he could actually fit in the system, to be honest. He scores goals, he's good in the air. He's like, even though he's not that tall, but like he is really, really strong on the ball. I can see him doing like a Kudus or something where he just goes to like a West Ham or a Brighton and just like smashes it.
Yeah,
I've seen him. You need to look at his passport. Seriously, he looks about 25 and he's only 18.
Poor sod.
Honestly, he's got like a 12 o'clock shadow, and he's like when he was 16.
I think the links to Gomez from Wolves could be quite strong as well.
Well, there's the news came out that we're looking at Neto and Aït-Nouri, but I would prefer to look at Aït-Nouri and João Gomez, to be honest, because Neto's a good player. Neto's all right, but like the injuries is worse than Jota, and like we've already got a few players in the team that are injury prone. Like Jota's amazing, but again, like you can't really trust him for a season, can you?
No,
I mean, the aim for Jota next season is 70%. We can get 70% fitness out of him. I think that's a success.
No, I think so as well.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Slot, I've said this over on other channels. If we can reduce our injury record by 20% under Slot, I think we've got a team that could win the league, and a cup.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. Like if you just look at last season, like Salah missed nearly 3 months. Konate missed like 10 games. Jota missed half a season. Like Trent missed 10 games. Endo missed quite a bit of stretch as well. Dom missed a few games. Like all of these players missed quite a chunk. Like Robbo missed like pretty much most of the season.
Yeah.
And then you've got Shimikas who missed like loads of the season. Then you got Ali that missed like 10 games. Like if you just mitigate those games, because they were all Premier League games, by the way, you just mitigate those games. You got more players on the pitch who are better players.
I mean, the Tsimikas one was unfortunate with his shoulder injury. Like that's like how many players get like a dislocated shoulder or whatever. Like it's quite rare for that. But I don't know if Tsimikas is a weird one. Like when Robertson's not there, he plays well, and then when Robertson's fit and stuff, and then he gets games, he's really average.
Yeah, I do agree, man. I do agree. But look, we're gonna let you go, Russell. Great calling, man.
No,
when we do the next one, make sure you get yourself in here. Be good to hear from you.
Yeah, big up, mate. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks very much.
I appreciate it, man. See you soon.
Take care.
Bigger A Centino says LFC salary cap team playing in a sport that has state ownership and English football fans that pine for the old days. Football is changing. Yeah, it's a big shout. I mean, we've just seen what's happened to Bordeaux. FC Bordeaux have just closed their doors. They're finished. They won the French league. Was it in 2009? And all that. Yeah, 2009 they won the French league, and then obviously PSG got all this money, and it's not helped French football at all. Like literally not helped French football at all, because teams only care about themselves. I keep saying this all the time. Teams are selfish. It's just the way it is. They don't care about ball. The French teams care at Bordeaux have gone out of business? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. But that's what football is today. It's all about money. Almost putting people out of business. Right, guys, before we leave it,
Okay, go on.
before we leave it, I'm just going to get Jen back in because she wants to say something to K-Mac. So we're going to get Jen in to finish the show. She wants to say something to K-Mac.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Going to sign a new contract. How much would you pay him? Came up.
New contract, how much would you pay them?
Oh. Well, personally, I think the 300 grand is probably the right amount. You know, he's probably in the top 10 players in the Premier League, so he should be on top wages, really, for me. He's also our vice captain, potentially be the captain in the future, so it makes sense.
And Van Dijk, how much would you pay him and how long the contract? How old is he now?
33.
33.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before. Like it would make sense if we kind of maybe had a wage cap ourselves. So if we gave Trent 300, then obviously if we renew Salah, he gets 300, and then maybe Virgil goes up to 300. Then we could just kind of keep it at 300, and then other players, they know the limit, that the max is probably 300. We can still sign really good players if we need to, for the first team, and just cap it at 300. It makes sense.
Okay.
That's what we used to have.
Thank you.
No problem.
No worries, Jen. Thank you very much. And guys, go and subscribe to Jen's channel.
Bye.
Get up to 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, let's get bless to Jen. All right, Jen. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
But yeah, look, guys, been a great call-in show. Guys, we'll do this again. I might do it like once a month or something like that because, you know, it's hard to find the time to do it once a week and stuff like that. Other things going on. And obviously, we were back into pre-season now. Tomorrow morning, what is it? Saturday morning, tomorrow night, 12:30, midnight, half past midnight, Friday, Saturday morning, whatever it is. I'll be doing the watch along for Liverpool's first pre-season. So make sure you're joining me on the channel, guys, for the late night Liverpool watch along,
2 days.
half past midnight.
2 days away,
2
mate.
days. Yeah, what are we on Thursday day? I can't bloody remember.
Yeah, we're on Thursday.
So yeah, so basically tomorrow night, 12:30, half past midnight. Yeah. Ugh. Knackered. Now it's back to pre-season. Looking forward to it.
Are you doing the watch along?
Yeah, I'm doing the watch along for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doing the watch along. I'm going to do the watch along for all the pre-season.
If you want, I'll jump on with you if you want.
Yeah, if you want, man. If you're up and about.
Yeah, I'll watch that game.
Up and about. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be doing the watch alongs, guys. So make sure you join the channel, guys. That's going to be it from us. But this is going to send you over to Footy Judge Mo's channel. Make sure you go again in the chat on Footy Judge Mo's channel with hashtag Jamie Phillips Raid on Footy Judge Mo's channel. I'd appreciate if you'll go over there right now, and raid that. I would appreciate it. I think his video's starting in about 5 minutes. So thank you very much for joining.
Put my link in the chat?
Can I put my link in the chat, mate? Link it in.
Yeah, and if you can as well, it'd be great if you could sub. That'd be amazing, everyone.
There you go. There you go.
And you have a wonderful time.
Sub the K-Max channel, guys. I appreciate it. Guys, see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.